Hello everybody, Tyrone the God 3 here, and welcome back to Dragon Ball Super Reviews. This episode is episode 13, which is titled Goku, Go Surpass Super Saiyan God. This episode, first of all, I want to apologize. I know I should have probably done this review on like Sunday or Monday, but things came up, and I actually want to and I also promised you guys a thing like a while ago that I didn't put into fruition. Don't worry, I'm still in the works of it. But the thing about it was, like, a lot of things have come up, and I'm actually going to try to make a lot of other videos relating to Dragon Ball Super because I've been given a large episode list of upcoming episodes that are soon to come in Dragon Ball Super. So that's going to be fun to talk about if I can get some guests going, or if not, then I'll probably just wind up doing the discussion myself. Either way, this episode was the fight dragging out a bit more, this time in the form of beam struggles, like Gohan and Cell's beam struggle, which was really long. So now it's not like that. It's just, yeah, the fight has been going a really long time, which is good and bad in some cases. Good in the sense that they were able to put out more of the Super Saiyan God and show it off more, because in the movie it was only like Super Saiyan God, I would have to say, was only around for like 8 minutes in the entire fight. If we look at it, I'd have to look back at and that's what I'm gonna do when I do my saga slash movie comparison review. But that'll be later when the saga actually ends. So with that all being said, this episode was more or less the beam struggles. However, there were like a bit of other things outside of that were taking place in the entire episode. Like, I didn't notice his last episode, but I noticed it now. Hercule is actually using a smartphone, like a touch screen cell phone, instead of the dial phones that they used back in Dragon Ball Z. So they did just like it dates does it date the series? Dragon Ball, the world of Dragon Ball has a weird timeline placement because dinosaurs exist, but flying cars exist as well. So I can't necessarily say it dates it. It's odd. It's odd. Oh, and also a small shout out from KG. He just sent me a message saying the CD of Dragon Ball Super is finally out. So yeah, the nice soundtracks. Just to let you all know, because Dragon Ball Super does really have a really good soundtrack. But we're getting a little off topic. Long story short. The episode was pretty much the brawl, and I do love the attention to detail. I pointed this out way back in the first episode, but I do love the attention to detail, how Hercule's assistants, the ones that will work with him, take all his phone calls and all of that, are actually the same assistants that were in the Cell games. So they actually were there to witness what happened during the Cell games. But yeah, like they were there, and I kind of wish that they were there in the Majin Buu saga as well. It's good to see all of them like sort of compliment off of each other, but it's cool to see that they're all just like taking calls and like informing everyone about the situation and how Hercule's quote unquote fixing it, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. So yeah, I like that little attention to detail. I do love this attention to detail before, I want to say, near the end of episode 12, I believe, or was it the beginning of episode 13? Either way, I like how Videl was getting protected by like Hercule and Gohan and everybody. That was a nice little like family moment to see, Videl's family sticking up for her and protecting her and her unborn baby. It's just really cool. Just really nice, emotional, touching moments like that. The fight itself didn't really get anywhere all the way up until the point where Goku's energy started to run out. And this is where things get a little interesting. Interesting in the sense that it was part lazy, but at the same time, I'm okay with it. Goku's Super Saiyan God transformation ran out, just like in the movie. It took a lot longer for it to run out than in the movie, but it finally ran out after like, I want to say 3 episodes. It finally ran out. So when Goku's Super Saiyan God transformation runs out, instead of him going to normal state and then powering back up to Super Saiyan with God retained energy, like the camera sort of off screens him, and then he turns back and his aura turns back into its Super Saiyan aura, but the camera's slowly zooming up so we don't see Goku's hair change. So now Goku's hair is at Super Saiyan, which is really awkward to me because Super Saiyan is essentially Goku's hair. Like, going into Super Saiyan, you look at Goku's hair rise up because it's all that power pushing his hair up. But in Super Saiyan God, Goku retains his base form's like hairstyle. So it looks like it's supposed to look in base form. Unfortunately, since he lost Super Saiyan God, the hair rises up to signify that he powered down, which is so awkward to me. So when the camera didn't even know how to show it off, so instead it just like off camera Goku's hair, and then when we finally saw that his aura returned back to Super Saiyan aura, his hair is in Super Saiyan mode now, not in Super Saiyan God. So we don't see this awkward like power go down but hair rise up deal. Either way you come at it, it's still awkward. It's more awkward than when he turned Super Saiyan 3 in episode 5, and you can see his like hair actually like growing, which is disturbing because, okay, when he turned Super Saiyan 3 the first time against Fat Boo, that looked natural because the hair was glowing as it was growing, so they didn't have to like draw actual hair growing, because actual hair growing in rapid succession looks kind of gross. So yeah, it's just a funny thing with the hair. Other than that, I believe the Z Warriors actually could sense Goku's energy again, which signifies that he powered down. And they actually tried to go in and help Goku now, and feared like, he's out of God form, he needs backup. Vegeta immediately blasts down and is like, no, don't help Goku. He's fighting as a Saiyan one-on-one. It's sort of the same situation, and this situation happened once before. It's a similar situation where they tried to offer Goku a sensu bean or go in and help him while he was struggling against Cell, and Vegeta was the only one that was like, no, don't do that. First of all, it would piss Goku off. Second of all, it's a dishonor to Goku's pride as a Saiyan in a one-on-one battle to just suddenly jump in. Like, yeah, so it's a nice moment to me because it's like, while Vegeta and Goku are rivals and Vegeta doesn't like Goku, he will stick up for Goku when it comes to an actual fight because it's the one time where I think they truly understand each other is when they're in one-on-one fights, because it's a common form of respect to let that fighter fight one-on-one with their opponent. So I liked how Vegeta went ahead and stopped them. I liked that gesture. Other than that, not really much happens. The fight continues. Yeah, the fight continues, and they use a little bit of the graphics from the movie when they charge towards each other, because you can see like this fluid, like swooshy purple aura from Beerus, and the Goku Super Saiyan aura, and the way they like crunch together like that, just like in the movie when they kept like punching each other back and forth. But you only see it for like a couple of seconds. Then after that, they get back to just like regular fighting. But as we can see, Goku's actually doing pretty well. He's not doing that bad, even though he ran out of Super Saiyan God power, because his body has retained the power. For those of y'all who are wondering, well, if he's back on Super Saiyan, how is he able to fight Beerus? It's because Goku's able to retain the energy from the Super Saiyan God. He's able to retain the power, at least. Like, his body has felt how strong that is and is able to adjust to it now. So that's a pretty cool like feature. It's not as epic here as in the movie, only due to the fact because like at this point Goku had found out that he ran out of Super Saiyan God, but he found out while he was holding a giant energy ball back. So yeah, but overall, I gotta say this was still a pretty cool moment in Super. And then the episode basically ends with Goku and Beerus continuing the fight, and they're going to more or less end the fight right around this section. So that's basically the end of the episode, and it's just it was good. It was really good. Like, is the fight dragging out a bit? A little bit, but I'm so glad that it's ending now, and I think they kind of needed to drag this out just for the sense that one, this is a climactic battle, and two, like, if they didn't, this saga would be really short. I think this saga is almost about as long as the Sand Saga now, give or take. I'll have to watch both episodes back to back both sagas back to back to find out, or at least look at the episode guides. But I believe that this saga is more or less about the same length as the Sand Saga. I would obviously have to go back and check the Sand Saga and see how long it is. But overall, I believe that, like I said, yeah, just for the sake of making the saga longer, because it would have been kind of lame if the fight only ended in like an episode or 2 episodes. And then obviously we got to see a lot more Super Saiyan God in action this time rather than the first time when we only got to see Super Saiyan God for like 8 minutes in the movie. Like I said, I'll be doing a lot more of these in my comparison review video. But overall, this episode was really good, and it's good to see that the Battle of God saga is coming to a close. And it's coming to a close at more or less the right time, too, because I gotta say, uh, it's not good to drag a fight out too long. I'm looking at the Frieza fight, but most of that was mostly like other stuff going on while that fight was happening. But with that all said, the next episode we will be doing a review of is episode 14. The episode is titled, "This is Every Last Bit of My Power. The Battle of Gods Concludes." So this is the final chapter in the Battle of Gods fight. I don't know about the saga though, because just because a fight ends doesn't necessarily mean the saga is over. I believe the saga is officially over when we get a new opening, or if we can just make a safe assumption that the fight is, over. But with that, I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyrone the Guy, 3, out.